they can get the ball rolling in their favor. I don't think Astralis mentally are a super strong team right now. So it's going to have to be something like that. You know, you just make them feel so miserable at the start that they just can't pull it together. We're already getting into it here with a pretty aggressive push. I like this. Oh, and a flashbang over. What a setup for it.
That's great stuff. Now, Swisher contested at the front of bathrooms. Excellent shot himself. Well done. Now he's falling on back. blameF will cover his retreat, though. 4 versus 3. There's a player still on his bomb site, though, and MisteM decides it's his time to strike. Takes down Buzz from the truck, and now Glaive has to put the pieces together along with blameF.
2 versus 4 at the moment. Still plenty of time. Glaive and blameF sneaking on through. There was a bit of a chance there. Also going to confirm that they're still at the site, and they've got djay walking in behind them, so they're pretty much boxed into Danish players here. Yeah, setup is good, just need to hit the headshot. All right, that's fine. It's early in the morning still, in gamer hours at least, so it's fine. He missed a couple of shots, but they won the round.
That's okay. You can see that actually really pumps the spirits, though, for ATK. Pretty excited about that pistol victory, and it was an excellent start to it. I love this flash setup.
Oh my God.
That ragdoll just goes flying like a Tony Hawk death. In the game, like when you die in Tony Hawk, not actually Tony Hawk.
Did like
dying.
someone photoshopped like a skateboard into that little thing.
Yeah, exactly. A big wipe out there.
Kind of cool to see. I mean, in slow motion, you actually see how Swisher, even I think subconsciously, was just ignoring the first 2 players and deciding to only shoot for the third, which is a kind of small detail. But if you start shooting at the early ones that you probably have no chance of hitting, you just give the game away, right? They're gonna know, and maybe you don't get a shot at the third one. So kind of good stuff.
Interesting start for Astralis. It looks like they wanted to just stop any dry face at the monster. djay was repelled, and now push comes out. This is pretty interesting, and I like it actually. They're just they understand that Astralis are on pistols. They want to take the fight on their own terms, and so they're taking a lot of space away. This is the kind of stuff that I wanted to see from ATK. If they were quivering, cowering in this matchup versus Astralis, then I would have given them no chance, no hope.
Yeah, it's kind of it can be a difficult line to hit, right? The difference between being in a position where you're being a little bit reckless, but also if you go the other side and you're giving way too much respect, then you're giving them all, especially in a map like Overpass, I suppose, giving them a lot of map control. You have no idea what's coming, and it could be very tricky. Kakanito coming up with a couple of good kills. MisteM also chiming in, and it's going to be a pretty quick end to the round. A single casualty on the ATK side, they'll take it. And we'll see what Astralis will come up with in this upcoming round, where they will have the AKs to play around with. So I'm sure they'll be in a good mood themselves. But I think this already, it sounds a little bit silly, but these early rounds here, I think, especially for ATK, winning this next one, stopping the first rifle round, it's just gonna, I think, gonna make a difference mentally more than anything else.
Definitely. If they were just being suffocated from the get-go, then you could expect them to crumble, but they already have shown a little bit of life. And that is important for an inexperienced roster such as this one. Early tag onto Kakanito, and he falls back. Just some standard space being taken, but Xyp9x actually getting a little bit antsy on his own. Despite being the individual solo B lurker, goes for a little bit of pressure towards short, and that might actually throw ATK off in terms of the information game, because it is a heavy B lean for Astralis' default, 3-1-1 style. Very standard approach, but that space has already been taken back. MisteM finds himself perched right on that railing.
Oops. This boost is kind of slowly coming back in style. It was overused so much like 2 years ago that everyone just peaked this instantly.
Yeah.
And then it went so much out of style that now at least it has rounds where it could be useful. Okay.
Ooh.
Good start. Buzz. That's what he was kind of there for, but he gets shut down. Device, he's up close. Got to be real careful about this, but some good shots. Forces MisteM right back into the open arms of Xyp. And it will be a 1-for-1 trade to start the round with. And now they're slowly gravitating back. But look how active ATK are being. This is what you praised them for earlier. Started the B-bomb site last time, but now instead they're moving up. And I like it too. They could hear blameF run away. Smoke us up on the high ground. There's going to be an execute here, but djay, he just needs to buy a little bit more time. And there is maybe a chance. Another kill for him. This is looking pretty good.
Yeah, but Swisher right there to take down blameF. That's beautiful. I mean, just the push and pull of the map. ATK seems like they have full control of it, and a great flash to set up Swisher to find that kill onto Device. 3-0 start for ATK here. This is looking really solid.
Yeah, I think that move, going out of the restrooms and into connector, that's the kind of stuff that allows you to have those really, really quick rotations. So even while the Astralis are attacking the B bomb site, they're getting shot in the back, and they just don't feel comfortable. And there's no surprise, right? djay, when he's holding this down here before he eventually goes down, he's got such great information from his teammates. Yeah, they're excited, and I can't really blame them.
All right. Giving ATK a little bit of steam, some momentum early on. You know Astralis wants to snuff that out immediately. And so they go for the full Tech-9 investment. Swisher, good nade right onto them. A little bit past them, though, so not significant damage. And there is a challenge coming. Exec coming in, flashes are there, mollies as well. And Astralis, they're getting chewed up as they're trying to get into the site. But Device finds a headshot onto djay, taking down that Barrels player, Paramount, to give them a chance in this one. But still, it feels like they're locked out. Not too much going on in terms of the entry paths. And blameF finds himself in a 1 versus 3, but they're already pinching him from every direction.
I'm loving the shouting. We were warned to begin. I think Jackie was talking to the team, mentioned it as well, that they could be pretty energetic. That makes it a little more fun to watch, I feel like. 4-0 in their favor. And I think this is, again, in terms of the numbers, I don't think Astralis should be worried, but if you're ATK, you should be excited that at least this is the kind of start you're off on too. blameF has got 4 kills, but everyone else is real silent at the moment.
I think it's fair to say that also some of those kills from blameF are just really late round situations.
Yes.
Okay, nade onto Master. He spots out that player in connector, but his fallback should be covered. His teammates got him at the top of bathrooms right there. And now Astralis just going back into a pretty standard default. 1-1-3 this time, though, instead of the heavy A lane. So they're switching things up a bit.
Leaving blameF to lurk around over on this A lane, trying to see if maybe he could find something. And again, fairly active. Swisher this time in charge, moving out. His timing is pretty good right now, and I wonder if he heard that jump from blameF. He might have. If he did, he's going to have at least something to work with, a place to check. He's moving up. And Carcanito's all the way back at the A-bomb site, but Swisher, he's moving. Oh, it's so close with the timing. He could still choose to just stay here now. It's a powerful position to be in. And he is. I really like this decision-making from him. If he keeps on hunting, there's such a good chance that he's going to expose himself to someone that he just doesn't know about. So this makes a lot of sense. It's also allowed them to 4-man stack the B-bomb side. Oh, Device is coming back. Swisher, this might all be on him. They've changed their minds, Astralis.
A real opportunity for Swisher to close out Astralis, and this spot is activating, but he only finds the one. That kill on Device would have been massive, but now Astralis, an opportunity to get onto this bomb site. There are no defenders behind that truck. Carcanito's trying to make up that space right now, poking his head up from the jump up, and Device takes it right off. Buzz as well, finding that shot, and now it leaves MisteM and djay in a 2 versus 4, but every angle already covered. Astralis have full control, and they should be finding their first.
What a shame, because I think positionally that was a great round for ATK. They really had a good read on it. It was very, very hard for Swisher to do a lot once he's he's going to be basically attacked by that many people. Maybe you could have argued he could have tried to wait for a sure double kill. But there's no 100% way to make sure you're going to get that either. So a little bit tough. djay is going to be on his own, just waiting for the bomb to go up. So first round of the board for Astralis.
I think it was also a little bit surprising for ATK that blameF was able to make up so much ground. The rotation wasn't necessarily even slow for ATK. They just had some deep positions around B, but I think the fact that blameF got past the angle that Swisher was holding gave him an angle to take anybody out once they started trying to make up that ground, getting back to that site. Yeah, this was such an important kill, too, from Device. And blameF, you can see he's already locking that space down completely. Like, Astralis just felt so enabled there.
Wow, and that's already the money looking super questionable. That's, I guess, something that we didn't talk so much about. In spite of them winning 4 in a row, they don't feel comfortable to try and force out anything here. Going to be some deagles and some armor and that 1 AK on djay. And that's about it. Trying to see if they could boost it up to look right over the smoke. That would have been fun. Good way to find a kill. Astralis looked like they might just go pretty quick. You could see Sips already walking through the monster tunnel. MisteM and Bodenmaster, yeah, they're here, but they don't have the weaponry to stop anything right now. Oh, is that a wallbang shot from blameF? How did he get that?
Yeah, I'm not really sure. That was pretty interesting. Not sure what he spammed there to find that, but second round on the board for Astralis. Just a simple B hit. Didn't actually go through all the motions of their normal default, but they felt confident with that one. Yeah, so the sell for this game, though, if people are kind of tuning in just because it's on, is that it's really one where you want to keep your eye on Swisher for ATK. You want to see what he's capable of doing. He's been posting up great numbers already in this Pro League, despite facing quite strong opposition in ENCE and Liquid. The fact that he's still standing tall with a 1.13 and looking to carry that momentum into this game versus Astralis, there's just not many thing-anders to get excited about when it comes to the state of North American Counter-Strike, but the singular shining hope is Swisher, I'd say, for this one.
All right. So there's a chance you could, if you sort of develop a feel for his game now, you could claim in like 6 to 12 months, you could be like, I was on the Swisher boat like way before everybody else.
Yeah, hop on now. There's still plenty of room.
All right. That's a good selling point. Everybody likes to, you know, to be early in those scenarios, so why not?
Rest of the roster is a little bit harder to piece together because they've just been kind of taking people in, pushing people out. They're trying to find what can build a successful roster with ATK here. But I think that their showing so far in Pro League hasn't even been that bad. It's just that they've had such strong opposition. But if you found them in another group like Group C,
I was going to say
they could have definitely done some more damage.
Yeah, getting put into this group of all groups is a little bit wild. Good little flick there. blameF maybe taking a risk and just swinging for it. And it cost him everything. 4 versus 5. And now, I mean, ATK in some of the previous rounds when it was, you know, a little bit early on in the half, they were pretty active in trying to look for information and push up to limit the map for Astralis. But in a 4-on-5, maybe it's a little bit too risky.
Yeah, you'd love if you're Astralis here to find a mistake from ATK, but ATK has tightened up their defense, playing on top of each other for the most part. Nice double monster setup to catch Zip if he decides to push on forward through that. And I think this is going to be one Astralis attempt, and wow, that's a great kill. Okay, that had to happen. MisteM had to find that trade, because now the alarm bells aren't necessarily ringing for ATK. They can still solidify their defense on A. Bodenmaster behind the truck. Misses that shot. That really wants that one back, but he will be able to deliver on the second. Now, Device takes him down, 2 versus 3. They're planning actually Bankside, which pushes them in a weird position, but Device fights them out of it. Nice kill onto MisteM as well, but it's a 1 versus 2. That bomb wasn't even planted. It was a kill on the planter, in fact, that seals Device's fate.
Yeah, that's a rough way to go. Would have been fun to see Device try to plant or try to fight that in the afterplant, but he's never really got there. So, I mean, pretty decent round for Bodenmaster there. In spite of missing the one shot, he kind of made up for it. He obviously opened up the round. So, yeah, some real potential. 5-2 in their favor. And remember, again, if they would have lost that last round, I mean, they would have run out of money once again. It would have been Astralis just bouncing right back. And they are on the T side, so they don't need nearly as many rounds. This is an Astralis classic, but as they're setting it up, they're actually getting tickled by that M4A1. Device taking a little bit of damage, but yeah, the attempted, and there's been a lot of boost happening on the ATK side, so it kind of makes sense, but there was no one there to catch the nades. Now there is, and then, Glaive! It looked like he was not ready. Oh dear.
That's a wonderful shot from Glaive. Great correction. And it puts Swisher in
I think he's going to boost again.
Oh, really? Wow. Going back to the same well here. And blameF able to find a kill towards the A side of the map. Looks like ATK are scrambling to find some way back into this round, and they were punished for it. So 3 versus 5. Would really expect a gamble here, but Bodenmaster just wants to take this fight versus blameF, and a nice shot to actually find it find a 3 versus 4, but ATK, they've already gathered their forces on the A side of the map, and this is a free entry route for Astralis.
Didn't even realize that was a scout. I would have thought somebody could have picked up the AWP at the end of the previous round. That's a little bit concerning. Either way, they're not going to try and fight this. They realize they're just too far out of position, and they're going to be gone. Now, you're into visiting all kinds of... Would you visit this particular cafe? Was there anything that appeals to you here about the layout?
I think that this is supposed to be set in Germany.
It is, yes.
So this cafe here, it kind of just has actually too strong of a real estate position. So I think that usually the food suffers in places like this.
Okay.
Usually you just kind of can just serve anything when you have this great of a view of a park and then just call it a day. So
all right, the viewer will carry anything.
Yeah, so I don't think they're technically innovating in terms of their catering options. So
Okay.
I probably wouldn't go there. I usually like places that try with food.
Okay, they've got to put in a little bit of F to 3, the scoreline. And, yeah, timeout being called for. A chance to talk things through.
Would you eat there?
I'm not going to lie, I am unbelievably dubious about the idea of having a cafe where the toilets are basically placed below. It just feels like that's
what is that
like
layout?
a hot summer day. Like, it just feels like that's a disaster that's waiting to happen.
Yeah.
So I don't know, but I think if I remember from looking at the menu, there's a lot of ice cream on that menu over there. So I feel like, you know, that's you can't. It's hard to get, like, how bad can ice cream really get?
Right. Even the worst ice cream is still a 6 out of 10.
Yeah, it's still pretty good, right?
Yeah,
You'll
that's
take
fine.
it.
Yeah.
But yeah, the layout itself, super questionable. Someone from the architectural team needs to get fired immediately.
Yeah. I think this whole place is a little bit weird if you ask me. But there is a club nearby, which is kind of fun.
There is a club, yeah.
All right, triple nade, and ATK going for a more aggressive A lean. They really want to capture blameF, who's been inflicting some serious damage. If they're able to actually take out this prong of the attack early on, it could really center their defense around that B site, but that is just such a great setup. Good kill from blameF, but just goes 1 for 1. And this doesn't reveal too much yet. Oh, Device, though, chimes in with a kill on a Swisher. He wants to press on forward. This is a bit ambitious, actually, but the setup from ATK is not covering this angle out. This is
no way he's going to check this, right? You would have assumed that whoever was playing there would have been fallen back already, so I actually think Bodemaster might have bought himself almost a free kill on Device. He's surely not going to be ready for it. You could see him switching between the rifles there. They're going to lose the B-bomb side anyway, so it's a 2-on. Never mind, it's a 1-on-3. Kakanito not ready for it, and that's a bit of a shame because that's an interesting choice for Bodemaster to stick around out by that playground.
Yeah, it was really the risk. The gambit you run there, of course, is just that if they go B, you're so weak on that side of the map, and Glaive identified that quite well thanks to the 2-man attack from Device and blameF. So that's kind of the game that I wanted to see Astralis play. Once they announced this lineup, I wanted to see what Device and blameF could do in terms of finding map control together. I think that's the pair where you could actually really make magic happen, because both of those guys can be so team-oriented in their approach that if you just kind of see them stuck to one another, you would expect that you would be finding map control pretty cleanly and consistently. So I think it's a great piece for Glaive to be working with.
Yes.
It's just that the rest of the team hasn't really come together on top of that.
Yeah, and if I was on the Astralis side, that would be my hope for the future, is that the Device and blameF duo can kind of create enough mental space in the team that the rest can rediscover whatever roles they need to play, right? Because we know Glaive and Sip historically could be pretty powerful. Buzz, I guess it's just too early to tell. So nothing personal about him, but we just don't know yet, I suppose. But it feels like that's where most of the power is going to be coming from, at least early days here. But I mean, the nature of Tier 1 Counter-Strike means you don't have that much time necessarily to come up with the real solutions. You need to do it, or it's going to just be way too disappointing. Everyone else is going to be improving pretty rapidly. Yeah. 3-man boost, but unfortunately, they don't find anything. Pretty low effort. I'm into the 5-man boost myself. You know.
Not to your liking?
Yeah, it's just, you got to do more.
Yeah, not quite as avant-garde as you'd hope. Okay.
There is the 5-man boost you can do that would have been able to see where they were all coming from down there.
Yeah, you could actually lock them out at the steps outside of Monster.
Yeah.
Towards T-spawn.
You can spot people when they're standing basically where Device is now, even when they're past the steps.
See, what I don't get is, why are they not listening to you?
I don't know. I think it's just you know, they don't want to give you the credit away, right? They want to say, all right, can't have the casters coming up with strategy.
They're not ready to give you the keys to the car.
I was trying to bribe Snappy yesterday into doing the run boosted Zeus play, which I still think is heavily underrated.
Yeah, just flinging one of your soldiers at them. I'm sure that was, in medieval times, some sort of strategy.
Yeah, throw somebody.
Yeah, just catapult them, trebuchet.
Yeah, with like a spear or something. I think that could 100% work. If they had a Zeus back then, they would have used it like that. Definitely. We're tied up, which is horrible news for ATK.
Yeah, the momentum that ATK found at the beginning of this one has halted. Full stop.
You know, over on long, there's that little baguette and I think a bottle of wine, and what looks like just a little.
It's like a picnic.
Like a little picnic thing. Would you ever take like a date on a picnic and just bring bread and wine? It seems unbelievably low effort.
I'm not French, so I.
Yeah, but this is set in Germany.
Yeah, that's true, actually.
I don't think Germans would do that either.
That is rather strange, now that you mention it. I feel like there's got to be some cheeses, some kind of charcuterie.
Yeah.
That would impress a woman, or a man for that matter.
Yeah.
I think anybody, actually.
But you can't just show up with bread and wine and just call it a day. Well, here we are, attacking the B-bomb site, and it's a pretty good start. Flash around the corner, Sip will get the return, but djay, he's been decent down here. Sip's on a bit of a tear this round. It's too much. Swisher's shown up. A huge double for him, and it leaves Sip on his own, and that drop down they definitely would have heard. Good defense. It was shaky for a while there, but it's a 6th round for ATK.
Great hold from the defenders on that B-bomb site. Just good counter utility deployed. Able to play around that smoke towards barrel between that and the pillar. That's one of the hallmarks of a strong B defense. Just take away one of the angles that the T's are able to approach from. Allows the Heaven player to get activated. It allows really free kills if they do try to push through it. Just good stuff. Good protocols being shown from ATK.
Yeah, and also I suppose an attempt from Astralis' point of view to really change the pace and maybe hope to catch them off guard, which didn't really work out this time. Early setup, 4-man setup down towards the B-bomb site.
Yeah, actually looks like they just want to run the same exec. This is interesting. Okay, this might actually catch ATK off guard. Master, though, recovers just in time to find Zip. blameF easy on the trade, but oh no, djay, you got to finish your kill there. 3 versus 3, and djay's just dancing around this pillar, not able to actually complete that one, and Glaive taken down by Swisher leaves Device in the 2 versus 1, now 1 versus 1. That bomb is right there away from him, but okay, reads the position of Kakanito, doesn't actually even worry about the C4, and just puts ATK to bed.
Nice switch shot from the AWP to the AK. That was some really, really quick thinking coming out from Device. A good triple on him as well. Yeah, it's still... Oh, you're right. That switch around. Wait a minute. He's not dead at all.
Oh, that is really interesting moment. You can see Swisher almost brings that one back with the double kill. But just a flurry of frags, and ATK come out worse for wear. Just pistols now. 4 deagles equipped. Master holding on to that USP. Will be buying an op into the upcoming round. Just wants to make sure he has money for that. And this should be a freebie, all things considered, for Astralis.
Yeah, they're in a nice position right now in general. It just feels like, again, for the ATK dream to work out in the opening half here, they needed to wait a lot longer before they started letting Astralis have this kind of momentum going back into it. And obviously for their own money's sake as well, maybe even more so. Oh, there's the Zeus. All right. Oh, you surely have it. Glaive getting blown up. Where is Chad? He's been perfecting that sound. Can we? I wish we could have him sit by just for that.
Just to make the noise.
Yeah.
Yeah. No other purpose needs to be served. It's just, I need that sound bite. I need him to just be here like a soundboard.
Yeah.
And then anytime we want, just press him.
Just delivering that one.
Yeah.
Wow, they're cleaning this round up, no problem.
Yeah, this is looking pretty straightforward, all things considered, and it will give Astralis their first lead of this game, and that is just bad news for ATK. Really feels like they had a chance to keep the pressure on Astralis, but a handful of rounds being picked up by the T side means that ATK have to find some answers quickly. Can't let this one slip away. Gotta make sure that they stay within striking distance.
Man, it feels like that ship has just sailed, doesn't it?
It does.
7 rounds already. The money, I don't know. Yeah, if they can win the last 2, at least... Wow, slow motion.
The slow-mo death is amazing there.
Why does it sound like, I don't know, it sounds like somebody punched a cow when it gets played in slow motion.
It's what I imagine Brendan Fraser, the whale, that's what I imagine his character sounds like, even though I haven't watched the movie.
Yeah, it is that kind of sound.
It's kind of a lumbering oaf, just keeling over.
Yeah.
His last health points just leaving his body and soul.
Just gave up.
Yeah.
Gave up on life in that moment. It's kind of an aggressive idea as well, a taser that just outright kills people. Just way too much.
Yeah. Great weapon design, honestly.
Yeah. Just crank it, put it at 1,000,000. It's all good. They have some rifles, but they don't really have any nades. So I feel like ATK, this is going to be a round, if they win it, that's going to be one on just winning the opening fights, because any kind of a retake probably be very, very difficult. And it looked like they wanted to run the same kind of B attack on the Astralis side, but they've changed their minds. They put a little bit of pressure on here. Missed opportunity for Bodemaster. That's a shame. And blameF is going to call it in, saying, yeah, there's an AWP deep back there.
I think Astralis wanted to bait some kind of rotation or utility, and I think they achieved that second goal. There's only a couple flashes left for ATK. This is going to be a really tough defense to piece together, although there are 3 players here.
Well, let's see if they can actually get there. Molotov, Kakanito is kind of close. Good counter flash coming out. It's one of the few grenades that actually had, and he's going to keep going. A chance for a reload as well, and now surely the teammates are going to be there. blameF will take 1 good kill, but MisteM has already showed up. 3 seconds, and they can't even plant the bomb anymore. So time just slowly runs out. Still very expensive for ATK, but you know what? They won the round.
Yeah, and that's really what matters. We saw that flash fly over from djay as he was going for the rotation. Threw that one from Graffiti to help out his teammate on the bomb site. Really one of the cooler ways where good protocols. I like what I've seen from ATK in terms of their defenses when they're just set on these bomb sites. Nice. I think we needed an Anders cam.
Found some sunglasses. Feel like it's a look. I don't really have a head that's made for caps or glasses, so it's a rough life out here.
I think it's about believing. Yeah, let's give the audience a little show right here. What do you guys think? Type in hashtag ESL Pro League if you like the new the new look from Anders.
Giving it a shot, you know. Round number 15. Again for ATK, just the momentum of winning the last 2 rounds would be kind of huge. Kakanito already getting a little bit shocked by Glaive, unfortunately. Bodemaster is out there on long. It's a weird position to be in with the AWP. You don't really be walking back to the bomb site. You're going to get really close to the action. So it makes sense, I think, right now for him to just kind of wait out here, which he is doing. Although he's going to get caught interrupted. Glaive doing the hard work of actually checking that position.
Yeah, the reverse clear from Glaive. Bodemaster didn't see it coming. And now Zipnik's already holding the line. No real chance for Swisher to get back in this one. Astralis on round 15 are able to take the half and take us to a break.
pours. When it rains, it pours. Now kiss the crown. You know everybody says when it rains, it pours. Here we go. When it rains, it pours. Too many strikes. You won't look me in my eyes. Too many strikes. You won't look me in my eyes. Too many strikes. You won't look me in my eyes. Too many strikes. You won't look me in my eyes. Too many strikes. Keep on going, keep on going. Dig my feet in, stick my nose in, dig my hole in till we rollin'. Keep on going, dig my feet in, stick my nose in. Keep on going till we rollin'. Now we rollin', keep on rollin'. Keep on rollin', keep on going, keep on rollin'. Keep on. You won't look me in my eyes. 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 Keep on going, keep on going. Take my feet. You won't look me in my eyes.
I need all the wins, yeah. Ain't no L's, I gotta get a no call and quits, yeah. Gotta keep on moving no matter how hard it gets, yeah. Better move out the way, cause I'm coming with harder hits. My head is as hard as a brick, but I'm harder than all it is. You better move, you might get knocked out. You better move, you might.
Making magic when they need it most.
Second half is coming up. It's ATK versus Astralis, and we are on Overpass still. So very even affair early on, which is not necessarily that great for ATK. Again, playing on the CT side to begin with. They did put up a pretty good fight. I think it was overall, we just talked about this, there's some pretty clean Counter-Strike. Nothing super elaborate going on here, really, which is not necessarily a bad thing. But I feel like Astralis are probably okay with how this started.
We got some nice flashy moments from blameF and Device. I think that's what people came to see. They wanted to see the stars shine, and they have done so. 17 kills already for blameF. And that guy is just a pillar of consistency. And pistol round here, early setup from ATK outside of the monster tunnel. And Kakanito has a deagle. This is an interesting affair. And the flash is there. This should be a nice counter, and blameF swings out. MisteM, though, blinded, but still able to pick up that frag. That's an important trade to give them some space, some in on this bomb site. But Buzz, this guy has been a pistol specialist. He's been so sharp, and a second kill with the USP already. He's trying to hunt down Bodenmaster, but he's not presented that opportunity, which leaves Swisher in the 1v4, and Buzz. I feel like every single pistol round, this guy finds a multi-frag.
That's a good little trick to have, just to be able to, obviously pistol rounds maybe don't mean the same that they did, before the economic change, which is not that new anymore. But still, it's pretty nice to be able to do that. Bit of a shame, though. They actually finished that round so soon that Device's flank, which was coming in, just never even mattered at all. But he was flanking them. Would have been there if anything went off the rails. So yeah, but still, Buzz, nice triple. 9-7, as Astralis will take a 2-round lead, and more than that, set themselves up pretty nicely to be able to maybe get a bit more. Start that economy on the CT side.
I wonder if the deagle purchase from Kakanito last round was on purpose. You don't really see that on too many opening rounds.
It's hard to justify buying the deagle on a T-side pistol over the P250.
Right.
But unless you're just an absolute badass.
Yeah.
Which
there is the badass effect.
I think I do it personally in just in matchmaking games or whatever on Dust 2. on the T, so because if you can deagle people down the middle,
Yeah.
you can do the P250 obviously, but the D, it just makes you look way cooler.
I think
And
that
people on the other side are going to be wondering what's wrong with him.
that's
Why is he doing it?
It's like wearing sunglasses indoors.
I know.
There's really no justification for it for most people, but you know, there's a badass effect. Might give you some confidence.
Throws people off a little bit too. They're like, what's going on? I don't understand.
You become harder to read,
Yeah.
which is in some ways why people do it when they're playing poker. I actually
Exactly.
generally go for it if I'm playing higher stakes games in person.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll wear sunglasses indoors.
You wear the sunglasses.
Yeah, just for poker though. I'm not doing it just for fun. I think those tells just. I don't want to give anything up with my eyes.
No.
No.
It's all those micro expressions, you know.
I can be emotive.
Throw a whole game.
Yeah.
Well, this is not the best start again. Some questionable weaponry on at least some of the players on the Astralis side, but they've managed to get a 2-for-1 trade to begin with. At least they get that one in return, which is pretty good for djay. They needed it, and we've got about 50 seconds left. Device able to pick one up early. He's got that pretty quick AWP there on the CT side. Device, I don't know what your expectations was, but I was scared that he was going to come back and you'd be like, yeah, that was 3 years ago. Like this is now, and it's not. We're not even in the same universe.
I had pretty high hopes for Device, actually, on his return. I think I actually bought in maybe a little bit harder than some people because I thought the style that Device has played and where he found success was based off of methodical, procedural play that was grounded in logic a lot of the time as opposed to flashy mechanics. And so I felt like even if his mechanics didn't really catch up to where they once were, it's still, like, what he did never went out of style.
True.
He's still playing the way that I think a lot of oppers want to play. I know someone else on the broadcast yesterday talked about just so many people have modeled themselves after what Device was doing, and for good reason, because it seems like he's just also one of the reasons Astralis was so consistent during their reign of terror.
Yeah, I think that it's kind of an interesting discussion to have at some point maybe, but that mechanical flicky style that you're talking about, I think people underestimate how much the upkeep is on doing that, even personally. I mean, first of all, look, it's hard if you suffer any kind of lack of, let's say, ego or anything like that. Like, you have to believe that you're always going to be the best, but also, like, you have to play so much to keep that fresh. Like, it's very hard to do for most people. And yeah, I agree. The foundation that Device built into his game is pretty solid. So I guess that was what we're seeing here. Still working out quite well for him at the moment. 2 AKs and some random pistols going on the ATK side, but I'm getting the feeling right now, there's a chance. It feels like Astralis taking over this game.
We're about to assemble this boost and send the player up who had a deagle, but I think now they've recognized that should be boosting that AK. Buzz holding this. I don't think he's actually going to be able to see that easily. Okay, would have had an opportunity there, but turned away at the exact moment that djay was peeking. And so this leaves ATK in an interesting position. They might just have to dry entry this site. MisteM's trying to find some space towards A. He'll quickly be found, and a little bit surprised blameF doesn't finish that one off. Because now things just get a little bit interesting because Astralis are trying to piece this together, but blameF, he's taking all that space back. As soon as he sees that the other player is wielding a pistol, he is not gun-shy whatsoever. So he pushes on forward, takes down MisteM, but he is taken down by djay. That is now putting a gun into the hands of the oncoming T's.
Yeah, a bit awkward. Oh, even more so, Swisher. What a shot with the deagle. They just walk right into it. Glaive gets blown up. Now only 18 seconds here, so Buzz, with a little bit of luck, he's going to find just a space around, and the Device is there with the AWP. 10 seconds, so deep breath right now on Astralis. You don't really have to fight this. They're going to keep going anyway. Swisher will continue his reign of terror. He's got 3 seconds. This has to be a running gun. 2 seconds left. He's almost caught him, but Sip is around the corner, and he'll win the round to time. The kill is kind of an after-the-fact kind of matter, but wow, that was so close. Swisher almost with the quad kill.
Just only so much he could do in that round. Great attempt from Swisher there, but just comes up short. Excellent entry onto Glaive. This shot, too, was nice. Take down Buzz as the smoke was fading. But the counter utility was just too strong for Astralis in this one. Zipnix, I mean, he hasn't been as hot lately, but he still has those fundamentals of how to play a clutch the right way. So Astralis put themselves on number 12, and I think a lot of that could have gotten out of hand for Astralis, but that counter smoke that was right in front of Buzz to his left as he was standing on the truck, that just iced ATK out of that one. It took away the angles that they could play and also gave him a little bit of a cubby that he could swing and kill that planter from. So just great utility deployed on the defense there.
Yeah, definitely. Probably a round that got a little bit closer than it should have. But they'll take it. 5-round lead. They put out that smoke from further on back. That's interesting.
Yeah, that was a unique way to do that. Bomb's still in spawn. That'll have to be collected later. And this is going to be a tough fight for Kakanito. No real way you would have saw him winning that. And now MisteM recognizes that he has a little bit of an avenue to get into this bomb site. Zipnik's almost caught off guard right there, but he's got his teammate right there in time. And now Bodenmaster wants to find something, but blameF has such advanced position, there's no way that Boden was going to suspect that. And that leaves djay in a very, very poor round.
Yeah, I mean, there's not much you can do right now. I like the attempt, though, the naked walk-in onto the B bomb site. No nades, no nothing. It can be very, very effective, obviously, if you get the right timing. But I think they actually almost got caught in like a 3-way crossfire down there, so that's just super unfortunate. But I like the attempt anyway. I think it's not a bad idea. 13-7, though, as Astralis are defending the CT side pretty well at the moment.
Yeah, this has been lights out for Astralis in this half. They have yet to drop around 5 straight. And so you want to see ATK just put up a little bit of a fight, but I think this is more or less what we feared, is that ATK would have had to do the majority of their work on the defense, because it just doesn't seem like their playbook is making a dent in Astralis.
They're kind of close to being able to rotate here, so obviously speed is going to be the key for ATK in a round like this, but the problem is if they don't clear out blameF in this position, then attacking the B bomb site is kind of useless.
Yeah, this is blameF farming, but actually djay is able to take him down, so this is just a plan from ATK that was really foiled by a single man, but actually they're showing a little bit of fight in this round. Although Zipnik's with that push towards Monster is taking away so many of the potential angles now for ATK as they try to make their approach.
Yep, I mean, blameF going down is one thing. I think Buzz probably just should straight up win that fight, so that's a little bit silly perhaps, but it doesn't matter that much. They've recovered everything. Kakanito trying to fight his way out. Too many targets. Device was kind of in the area as well, so it's 14-7. They lose a fair few rifles in that round, Astralis, which, I mean, if ATK go on a win streak here, that could be relevant. But if not, then they're not really going to care that much. Timeout being called to talk things through.
Yeah, likely just some cosmetic damage in the previous. You could see ATK in that last round really had an idea for what they wanted to do, but when blameF is shooting them from the blue door, I mean, it just takes away the whole idea. It just throws everything into disarray.
Yeah.
This is just blameF being a nuisance. Who do you think the most frustrating player in Tier 1 CS is to play against, Anders? Who would you just hate to load up and see his name when you press tab?
Ooh, one of the most frustrating players to play against. I still think Rops is going to be really high on the list.
Yeah.
I just think, because I think it's really interesting because now it's changed a little bit for him in the current version of FaZe. He's playing a little bit different. We talked about this already. But I just think the Rops of like 3 months ago or something, it's so hard to get him to fight. But then when he does, he's obviously super sick at it, but I'd be very frustrated against playing against someone I can't get into a fight. Like, I can't even really make him fight me until it's like the worst possible opportunity for me to actually fight. Like, exactly when I don't want it anymore. Like, right, if you don't want to fight, I'm just gonna go somewhere else, and then it's like, well, now I want to fight. I was like, come on, you know, I'd be losing my mind.
Right. Him and blameF are just players that if they recognize their advantage windows so well that, and they just minimize your opportunities to take them down too.
It feels like they're playing like, you know, some of those Dota players that can juke, you know, use like the Forest of the Shadow or the Fog of War or whatever, like so well.
Yeah.
That's what it feels like. It's like, come on, you know. Okay, well, that is a knockout. Sit M4A4 in hand. Still a rare sight with that rifle for whatever reason. They're on the bomb site, but in a very bad position. They don't have any nades on the T side, and they can't really escape the plant zone. So, you know, they can sort of go here, but there's not a lot of ways to spread out. This after plant should be decent for Astralis, although they're a little bit slow to set it up. There's the boost looking over, and oh no, MisteM. Gun barrel gave it away.
Right, Bodemaster still playing the bunker position. It should be good for one, but no, glaive actually clean on the entry there. djay 1 versus 4, and blameF will quickly dispatch of him. 15-7. That was shaping up to be one of the better rounds for ATK, and just the sheer virtue of the fact that they get the bomb planted. I think that is the first time they planted this entire half. But it just took too many casualties on the early entries, and then a simple cleanup for Astralis. Nice and cheeky boost there to take down MisteM, but yeah, just too many numbers on the side of Astralis once this all takes place.
Yeah, what a shame. Quite a winning streak here for Astralis. They've given up 0 rounds in the second half. ATK stuck on the 7 that they got in the opening half. So yeah, Astralis will take it. blameF pushing up very, very aggressively, but didn't really work out. Swisher's going to find a kill on Buzz. That is... He might have been jumping, actually. Oh, can we get the replay of that? Either that or he was... No, he probably... I think he must have been jumping. 3 versus 4 at either way.
This is a really weird round from ATK. Feels like they wanted to just push in multiple directions at the same time, and it actually caused a little bit of confusion for Astralis, but I think that has been quickly quelled, and now Zipnix playing a game to spot. He goes 1 for 1. That's a great headshot for him to keep Astralis in this round. And again, this is probably the best opportunity ATK's had in this half to put something on the board.
Yeah, but glaive, the sneaking from behind is so sick. Oh, but the aim is not. He probably should have had that kill. They know the device is here because he threw the grenades. He did throw them from heaven, but I don't think they're going to get that surprised. He's sneaking up close, though. Might be able to get a free kill if he keeps going. Kakanito's got no idea. No one's covering this. Always looking for the second. Wanted to kill them both, but got none. And ATK finally with a round on that T side.
Nice little round from MisteM there. Had 2 opponents that probably should have killed him, but he was able to react in time and find the shots. So... ATK just showing something here. Yeah, what? Okay, that's the opener, and then Swisher. Yeah. Surely when this guy's jumping. Good pre-aim. Made that really easy on himself. Made that look so simple, actually. But that's obviously a really tough shot to hit, even with the pre-aim. Targets presented for such a brief moment. And so ATK, they find their 8th, but this is still looking like this game's got Astralis written all over it.
Yeah, they can cheat their way to 10 if they win this round. And that's probably still not close enough to make Astralis really sweat, but at least you're making it sort of feel like, okay, we're within striking distance. You know, if we do that, then every other round, probably Astralis will be not that well equipped from there on out. So then we're on some kind of a roll. It still feels super far-fetched, but yeah, there is a way they can make it look a little bit better. Swisher, he's ready for more. Oh! If he would have done it again, it would have been beautiful. It was the Galil. But I guess Glaive doesn't have head armor, so he could have killed him.
I like how the risk assessment there is that he's not going to hit it twice.
Yeah.
And they're right. That just shows how difficult that shot is. Zipnix, though, taking down Bodemaster. This is actually a pretty weird situation for Swisher now, because he has to try to get this bomb back, and he recognizes it is a danger zone to cross right there. So using a smoke like this, you never really want to actually have to cover your retreat out the monster tunnel.
I like the nade stack onto Buzz. I just wish they would have thrown the Molotov, maybe like 1 Molotov, 1 HE, so that he gets slowed down inside of it. Feels like that would have made some sense. Smoke up, but it is a fake, and I think Device has already figured it out. So yeah, they're going to be super ready here. Buzz, low on health, gets some revenge for the earlier grenade harassment. And Swisher and Kakanito on their own, 2 versus 4, with about 12 seconds left. There's absolutely no way they're going to be able to do this. Device will take the kill from on high, and Glaive will end the map. 16-8 in favor of Astralis.
Yeah, a great victory for Astralis there. Clean stuff on their CT side, only losing a single round. And ATK looking to get back into this series. There's going to be a second map, though, and it's looking...